Hey, welcome to Back 40 AutoWorks. My name is Jeremy. My friends call me Styles. I'm not sure why, but they do. We'll run with it. Anyway, I'm at my old bay where I used to work years ago. We're going to clean up the old truck, get it ready for prom. Since we're not going to have the Buick ready, we're at least going to clean up the old truck. As you can see, we took the cap off her and been removing a few little things here and there. I'll show you. We took the black pinstripe off her because it was broken, spots and peeling. And we took the moldings off the bottom. You can see there's still some residue and stuff there where it's faded. In an effort to make it look a little cleaner. Plan this night is to acid up these wheels and get them looking better. And as you can see, you can just barely see the old decals that were on her. We're going to try and get that all one color, the color where the dark is in here. See if we can't get her shined up a little better. And of course, there's some touch up to do on the hood and a few little spots here and there. That I'm going to do later. Overall, the truck doesn't look too bad to start. Now back here, I had some paint missing over one wheel. And we lost some paint where we pulled off a molding. I was kind of bummed over that, but that kind of stuff happens. You know. Some of them we've already gotten some of the rock guard overspray off the tailgate. And we removed most of the stickers. The original owner or the guy I got her from had some beautiful stickers in the back of her. I did try to save those for you, Jeff, but they were coming off in pieces. I'm sorry. So he was into lawnmower racing and everything. Some pretty cool racing stickers in the back of her. We did, of course, put one of our own on, you know. Can't go without that. So that is my plan tonight, just to clean her up and get her a little bit brighter. Maybe get a coat of wax on her and get her a little more presentable so my daughter can enjoy her for prom. They did start doing some cleaning inside already, and it looks pretty good. I'll probably do that a little bit tomorrow. I'm not going to do too much more of that tonight because I'm really concentrating on the outside. One of the changes we already made was a new radio. That's a Bluetooth head unit. It doesn't have CD ring like that, but it'll talk Bluetooth to my phone. Lights up pretty in blue. I can take a phone call while I put the truck in the woods. That's great. And it don't sound too bad overall. $50 a crappy tire. Cannot complain. Alright, into the bay we go. So I do have a game plan here. I'm going to wash her first with Purple Power, then with acid, and then with Verisol. I know you're all going, whoa, you can wash stuff with Purple Power and acid? Yeah, I do. No. You see how faded the paint was. Well, in order to bring that back, I'm going to do something pretty harsh. A 30-year-old paint. There's actually will be a layer of grayish, tannish, clear junk all over it, just from years, dirt and stuff like that. I've done this several times. I was a detailer for a long time, so I know it works. We're going to try it, and you'll see it will change color. Trust me. I've made enough mistakes to know it will work. Oh, looks like somebody left me out a present. Awesome, thanks. Just gave her a quick rinse for a few minutes there. We're going to spray a little bit of wheel acid on, let that work. While we mix with some soap, and then we'll blast her off. Oh, you can see they need help. That trigger is going to work. I'm going to put a little hydrochloric acid in my wheels. Those are the best cleaners in these wheels. Hopefully I don't ruin them. Sometimes you can turn them to Snow White. We'll see what happens. Up to my own Purple Power. Lloyd's original purple. Good stuff. Don't drink it. We're going to let that acid soak on the wheels. Blast this thing with the Purple Power. And hit her with the pressure washer. Almost looking greener already. Not how a lot of you do it, I know, but small truck. Gotta clean her up somehow. Alright, see what happens. Now I'm ready to see a tremendous difference in the wheels. I'll show you in a second. I guess times have changed since I was detailing for a living. I don't actually see any car soap anywhere. So we're going to skip the initial wash with the soap, and we're going to use some kind of solvent first. Then we're going to use acid, because when you use solvent to take the tar off, sometimes there's little bits of metal and rust spots here and there left over from the tar, little tiny picks from the residue and road rash and stuff like that. And then we're going to wash down purple power and hope for the best. And I'm not going to show all of that, but I'll show some. So there's not very many places to set my phone in here. Anyway, we'll see what happens. There's already a tremendous difference in the wheels. The front driver's wheel there, that was pretty gnarly looking. Quite a bit better. I may give them another shot of acid just because. Ooh, citrusy. Smells of oranges. Probably have a little more ventilation in this, whatever. Fine. You'll know I'm not worrying with the roof. It's feeling pretty bad. I'm not going to try to do it. Right now, all I'm trying to do is get tar and road run off. Really not sure how well my plan is going to work because I hadn't planned for a change in the times of different chemicals. But anyway, it is already looking cleaner and better. Anyway, I'm going to set the phone down and give her an acid bath. Get back to you when that's done. my wheels, another shot with the acid, all four of them. And the tailgate trim, you can see some discoloration where there was some goldy, brownish, dirty color in there. And you can see where the acid has started working already. Acid or solvent or one of those chemicals anyway, we're not really sure which one. So we're gonna let that sit for a couple minutes, blast them off the pressure washer again, and do the whole thing with purple power. I wish you guys could see this thing in here in person. It already looks 100 times better than it did. A whole lot better. You can see where the acid started to discolor some of that paint that's missing clear. I actually kind of like that. I think I might just leave that. It's kind of cool. Gives her some personality. Speaking of personality, I know a lot of you guys like the patina look and this faux patina look and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I like it. It's kind of cool, but it's not something I strive to do because there's already too much of it. Sometimes it's nice to not have that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, looking pretty good. The patina, or rust as we call it in PEI, once you got that, you're about 6 months to a year away from not having body paint. So, in California and places it's great, I understand, but you know, sometimes it's nice just to leave a little ragged but have paint. Yeah, she's looking pretty good so far. Wow, that is so much better. All that old rusty residue is gone, or whatever you want to call it. Wheel acid is a wonderful thing. So on to the last step for the cleaning, a purple power bath. Then we'll dry her off and see how she looks. Alright, so there she is. The last bath, purple power, all dried off. And she's dry. That little bit of shine you see, boys, is her own. It ain't much, but it's there. I think she might hold some wax. I apologize if Bay's close quarters here. I can't get a great look at her. See if we can get a little bit better angle. Oh, almost. Let's see. Pretty good shot. So I'm going to fire coat of wax on it tonight and carry on the next day or two. I'm not going to show you that because it's just wax in the car. So yeah, I was hoping that my little plan here would take some of the fade away, but it hasn't. As you can still see the old Healy stickers where she was from originally. But I mean, overall, it's not bad. 30-year-old truck, most of that's original paint. I know there's been some paint work for sure on the box and stuff like that. It's actually a little bit different color. But overall, I'm happy. Fire coat of wax on it and carry on. The old Meguiar's Yellow 26 high-tech yellow wax. Man, I wish I had $1 for every car I use this stuff on. Good old stuff. Easy on, easy off, and has pretty good shine. I just wanted to show everybody this rag. Even after all the chemicals I threw at this thing, the solvent, the acid, the purple power, that little bit of wax, that's what's coming off the hood. That's just that little spot on the hood. That's how much dirt is still left in the paint. Waxing helps your rig a lot. One spot on the hood. Pretty shiny though, I must say. Alright, here she is in the daylight. After 3 baths and a coat of wax, some scrubbing in places. Doesn't look too bad. It's now 2 days later. I didn't get back at it yesterday. Last night was my little girl's birthday supper, so that took precedent over cleaning the truck. Lots seems to go on here in the month of June. So the plan for today is to touch up these little spots in the hood. A couple there. There, just with touch-up paint, nothing fancy. There are some spots back here along the back fender where we took some paint off above the wheel well. And back here, that kind of bumped me out, but it happens. Man, those wheels cleaned up good though, I must say. Really like them. We were going to rock guard the inside of the box. As you can see, it's kind of a mess, but I don't think I'm going to have the time to do it. I didn't get a chance to scrub it. It needs to be sanded. They need this thing for about 3 o'clock or less. It's 10 in the morning now, and I'm slow, so yeah. We'll address these spots, some tire dressing, and then a little more touch up on the cab. You can see I got my rock guard in there. It's not too bad yet, so it's pretty well good enough. We're going to be calling it good enough. I was going to scrub them seats, but again, I ran out of time. They're really not terrible. I'll just add it to the list. Things that should be done later on. Because we all have those lists. That's what we're at today. Yeah, closing in on time for it to be done, but we're getting there. Hopefully the paint's a good match. So I was able to get a bit of paint mixed up from my local parts store. Color for the truck is called Calypso Green. That's the big main color. We're not worrying too much about the dark on the bottom, because I can't do everything. And I actually have some old model paint. A lot of you guys probably built model cars over the years, and we'll see if we can match something with that. That'll be a little easier and cheaper, because I'm cheap. So now I'm just using dollar store brushes, because I'm just going to throw them away when I'm done. We'll open this up and see what it looks like. One thing to keep in mind when you're using touch-up paint, no matter where you get it, whether you have it pre-mixed, mixed at a parts store, main store, or you're using a gallon, or a pint, or a liter, or a touch-up pen, or no matter where it comes from, it is never, ever, ever going to match 100%. That is just the way it is, plain and simple. The way they mix it in the factories is quite a bit different than the way they mix it for our smaller quantities. As you can see, that's a little bit darker looking than the truck, but it's pretty close. Kind of pretty too. I love looking in there and seeing all the paint swirling around and stuff. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Truck, of course, had the base clear on it from the factory. I had this mixed up in enamel. So the type of paint you use also affects the color. Most enamels or urethanes have a dark brown binder that they start with. That could change the color. They can't do anything about it. That's the way it is. Base clear, they don't seem to have to use that. So again, it is not going to be a perfect match, but it's going to cover up the rust, get us out of the woods, and look a little bit better. We hope. Give her a shot. I'm going to start back here on the tailgate where the worst of it is. Yes, I should probably sand that. Right now, we'll just cover it up. This is the kind of stuff that's done at dealerships, by the way, just so you know. See how much of a mess we can make? I'm going to start with a medium-sized brush. Not terribly big. And I'm going to start over here. I'm just dabbing it because it's going to do a better job than trying to brush and stroke it on. Already looks better, even though it's not a perfect match. The metallic is going to move around and fall anyway and change the color from light to dark. There's a little bit of tailgate over there. Again, better than it was. I'm going to change my sweater. It's warm out here. Should look a whole lot better. Nope, it's too much on there. Will actually slow the rust down a bit too. Not 100%, but now I know some of you are looking at me rolling your eyes saying that's not how you do it. Everybody does it different. This is just what works for me. This might take a while. I'm glad I decided not to bother doing that rock guard today. Although I want to do that. Alrighty, looking better. You can see the light in the dark. Again, we're just trying to make it better than it was. All the spots are the same color, it will be better. The other side of the coin is, it only has to look good from 20 feet away. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. As you can see, from I'm about 15 feet back. It don't look too bad. I mean, as you get closer, you can of course see it. It's not terrible. Cheap fix. It will look better. It will stop the rust. It's all one color for now. Shades of that color anyway. I will go back over some of it. As you can see where the flake and stuff and the color has moved around. You got to try and continually stir your paint up as you're doing this. And I should add, there's no hardener in that, so it's going to be tacky for a few days. So, but again, this is what we can do. So I'm going to work my way around the truck, up the driver's side, across the front, do the spots on the hood, the passenger side. I'm going to change my shirt because it's too warm out here, and we'll carry on from there. I also have some little tiny pin brushes for the fine scratches. So yeah, I'll show bits of it here and there. You can see when it's done too. A lot more here to touch up than I thought there was, but she's coming along. Sometimes I'm not sure if it looks better or worse, but whatever. Helps. And I'm just doing the major spots. And we'll go back with a little brush to the smaller spots that I can't get with this one. Quite a few of those too, but you know. See how she looks. That is a beautiful color, I must say. I'm sloppier and shakier than I used to be too. That's all. Now if you cared a whole lot about this, you would peel the rust off. Scrape it off, acid, blast it, whatever you need to do, take the rust off, retouched up. And I do care, but there's another box coming for this truck. At some point it's going to get a proper body job. We are just trying to keep it presentable enough that people aren't embarrassed to drive it. And I think we're getting there. I still cannot get over how good those wheels come out. I was going to put those other 90 style wheels on it. Keep these for now. They turned out pretty nice. I know that don't look great up close, but smooth paint there. Hopefully that's pretty paint. Hold her down. Let's see. Better than a big white spot. I can hear the comments now about that one. All right. You know, I don't have any kind of technique of just putting it on. We're just holding off the wolves for now. This truck came with a parts truck with a 5-liter and a 5-speed. And all I got from him says the box is in really nice shape, better than this one. So again, that's another. We're just not being too fussy. I could be a little more fussier, but I don't have the time. I'm very lucky I have a little girl who would rather drive a little truck than a fancy car. That helps a lot. Hide the rust. Not too shabby. Styles, you can see brush stroke. Yeah, I know. We're using a brush. That stuff happens. You don't want her too pretty or somebody will steal her. We think. She's going to be in Georgetown. I can say that I live in Georgetown. Everything's looking better. I think this truck might have originally come from Alberta. I was told, I can't remember. Getting old. You know, when you step off the doorstep in the bakery and she's across the parking lot, it's going to look pretty sharp. You won't go, ooh, till you get close. But even then, it won't be too bad. So all of the light green that's going to get touched up is touched up. Again, with a brush. It's not fantastic, but it doesn't look terrible. Better than it did, I think. The rust is hidden. I could probably sand a little more up there. Overall, she's looking cleaner and better. I just got to do something with the dark. Figure that out here in a few minutes. Turning out not too bad. So the light green is all touched up, the dark green is all touched up. Spraying a little bit of this rock guard inside the wheel wells to blacken her up, and then the rest tires, and I think we might just call it done. I'm running out of time. There's other things I got to get done. So. Oh. All right, there she is, all done, touched up, tires dressed. Some of the black plastic dressed as well. Not too bad for a 30-year-old truck. Still can't get over how well those wheels cleaned up. Pretty sweet. Quite a transformation. Thought I should mention, I almost always have one or two of the girls helping me whenever they can. Sierra, especially my second youngest, seems to like to follow me around. She's half interested in old stuff as well. And so is my oldest daughter, Eden, who's taking the truck to prom. They just don't very often like to be on camera, so I don't show them out of respect, you know. Sometimes Sierra will admit to being on camera. Anyway, Sierra and Eden both helped me strip all the vinyl off the truck. Sierra especially. But the vinyl, sorry, the pinstripe and the molding and all that kind of stuff. And Sierra's contribution to the effort was painting up the chicken for prom. Kind of cute. Never seen a chicken in a tuxedo. She's done a pretty good job. Her sister was quite happy to see that. Anyway, we'll set her right back there on the truck dashboard where she belongs. Ready to go for the ride along. I thought it was pretty cute myself. That's going to be it for this one. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of construction going on, just getting the truck ready for prom. I spend probably 3 or 4 hours every evening after work on this. I had to. It wasn't even really that bad. It just takes that long to get it to where I'd like it to be. It's still not 100% where I want it to be, but that'll come over time. Right now, it's a driver, There are some small repairs to be made, which you're going to have to take precedence now that this is done. And I should mention, I got it running good, finally. It ended up being a vapor canister purge solenoid. That needed to be repaired, and as soon as I changed that, she started flopping and fluttering and running really poorly, and gave me a code for the throttle position sensor. So, new throttle position sensor, and she works great. So far, let's hope she continues. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please tune in again. Take care.